Good morning folks and welcome back to the channel. A little bit of a different video this morning, nothing really to show you on screen, just more or less a little bit of talking and a little bit of an elaboration on what I spoke about last night in our Telegram group. I dropped a single message explaining there's going to be a power play again soon. We've just seen a very strong power play try to happen. We've managed to prevent it as a community, and this is vital. What's now going to happen is an L2 team is going to form. That L2 team is going to be put forward, and the likelihood is there's going to be a few people that are going to go for a power play on this. I can see it brewing already in the distance, and there's already leaked messages, which I'm not going to show because I don't have the right to show someone else's personal leaked messages. And if you haven't seen them, they are floating about. Just have a look and you'll probably be able to find them in some of these tinfoil hat groups. Now, I think it's safe to say we know who's probably going to go for the power play. What people need to understand right now is getting the correct people in the L2 team is imperative. Getting the right people in the right positions that can actually do the job, perform. No more yes men, no more people that have a very basic understanding of how blockchain technology works and simply being put in a place where, it's not best suited for them. Let's face it, it's been a year. We have to face the facts. We need to get actual people in these actual positions of, I wouldn't say power. It's, these are more just, we need it. We need these groups. We need these L1 teams. We need L2 teams. We need a marketing team. But it's very sketchy because there's so many bad groups, so many bad actors out there, and so many failed projects out there that are all looking to get a toehold back into this vibrant community. We've seen it over the past few days where Terra rebels have decided to simply take over the endpoints without putting a proposal up and taking them and then putting out another proposal for funding, putting it straight up for vote, not even allowing the community to decide, discuss, or have input in on it. It's just shoved on you once again after they've voluntarily taken those endpoints under their control. So this power play, how's it going to work out? Well, from what I'm seeing from these leaked messages is there's a certain group of people who are trying to more or less lobby a group of validators into a position where they can control the blockchain, because at the moment the reason why we're doing so good in these situations is because All Nodes makes the right decision each time. Regardless how you feel of All Nodes, they've really saved our bacon a few times. This whole issue with the endpoints, right? Everything is now becoming more and more imperative that we run it ourselves, we do it ourselves, we buy the systems ourselves, and we don't rely on somebody else, and we don't rely on external infrastructure, privatized sectors that we're going to need to pay for the consistent upkeep. Like I've been saying, we're a big blockchain. We've got a lot to give. We've got a lot of liquidity locked in. There's so much here in this blockchain. We just need to unlock it in the correct manner with the correct people who want to build to support the future of LUNC. That means building these on and off ramps for Station, which should be soon to be Classic Station. Like I said, we're going to be doing a live stream. It's already set up. You can already go and have yourself sat in there ready, notified. We're going to be going through and we're going to be adding a lot of different perspectives from community members that they want to see added to that flow chart. What else can we get done? What are these simple basic necessities that we can utilize to make ourselves that tasty apple in the fruit bowl? And I think that's what it's going to come down to now, is showing projects, hey, we've got a lot of liquidity. Hey, we've got an L1 development team. Hey, we've got an L2 development team. Come build on this blockchain. We'll support you. We have a good community. And this is this whole thing about the community also playing their part. If you're constantly just going around trolling projects, being horrible to them, saying, come on, hurry up, trying to hurry them along and losing patience with them, it's not really showing to other projects that want to come into the community and build that they would want to come and build, because their likelihood is they're not going to want to see themselves in that position. So a huge issue at the moment is the Terra C Vita funds, the likelihood is that they're not coming back. As much as we all want those funds to return, the reality of it is pretty harsh. But, you know, if those funds did magically return, there would be some kind of trust restored there. At the same time, it doesn't actually affect the blockchain. The damage is already done. But, you know, we need to ensure that we are... So, for example, another DEX wants to come and utilize our blockchain. We need to ensure that we're making them fall within our regulations and what we want to see from a project before we allow it to launch on the blockchain. And I think it was an abuse of power. I think they were running the endpoints. They had all of this data coming through and it was simply just an abuse of power. Privatizing sectors that they saw fit, gambling, all of these different things, lots of promises. But ultimately, if you build something on sand where there is a sheer lack of trust, and the majority of Terra C Vita comes from the marketing team of Terra Rebels, it's just a faction divided from a faction divided from a faction. So it's going to be really interesting to see how the next few weeks pan out for them, because I can't imagine how upset these investors must be that really bought into this, and the amount of people that asked me to do coverage on it, and I simply said it for what it is. It's a DEX. It's there to take liquidity, customers, and create its own sort of system, its own fan base, and it doesn't really matter what happens to the blockchain after that. If the blockchain had capitulated, they wouldn't have cared. They would have moved off their liquidity onto another chain on the Cosmos likely. So it all falls back to this area of getting the right projects in, getting the right people in, and ensuring that we're also providing a good work environment. If you didn't catch the video that I cut with Tobias speaking about coming back on an hourly rate, I think the community more or less would like to see that go to a vote. Honestly, sorry about this morning, folks. I know I keep pausing. I keep getting a shooting pain up my back. Don't worry, everything's fine. It's just like a sleepy morning back thing. I think it's definitely going to have to go up for vote, because there's a lot of people who are very unhappy that he simply just left the blockchain, and there's discrepancies on both sides. There's one story and another story, but I feel, you know, it's beneficial to the blockchain to be able to have developers like that, because even with all the negatives, I think the positives will always outweigh those negatives. And Tobias hasn't, you know, every other person that has left the space, right? They've created a huge ruckus. You know, all of the stuff with toxic labs, all of that different stuff, just people simply wanting to be trolls, cause mischief and mayhem, and slow things down as much as they can. And, you know, we're all realizing this now. We're all adults. Well, the majority of us, I hope, are adults. I think we need to be careful. Okay, this power play is coming. We need to keep an eye on it. And hopefully this prepares everybody. So when it does happen, the likelihood it is going to happen pretty soon. A lot of people are getting restless and schemy and shifty. I can smell it. I can smell it with my ears. So, you know, it's vital that we always cover things like this and we prepare for the worst. And in that way, we're never shocked. We're never surprised. And you can be prepared for this on the spot, and you can sit there and go, you know, well, HCC warned us this was going to happen, like many other things we've warned you about here on the channel. So yeah, folks, have a really nice Friday. Have a really nice Thursday. I'm already in the Friday mood. God, still got a whole day's work and another whole day's work. Folks, have a really nice Thursday. Stay safe. Beware of scammers. Beware of doppelgangers. Beware of anybody pretending to be me. None of this is financial advice, all for educational purposes only, and I will catch you in the next one.